I got stung by like one of those big wood hornets literally right here the other day. And
Oh
I
my
couldn't,
God.
I was like dying. I couldn't talk. My chest was killing me. And I was trying to yell at my boyfriend. He was in the front of the house.
You're like,
and I was outside behind it. I couldn't even get words out. I was like, oh my God. And so I went out there like, oh, Marty was like, are you having a heart attack? I was like, no.
What's up, guys? Barrett Freeman here with another episode of the PropertyTales podcast. I'm here with Tara Padgett and Whitney Hubbard. Tara came all the way to Corbin to talk about some exciting things I've got going on, and Whitney's here to talk about real estate and selling real estate. How are you guys doing?
I'm great. I'm here.
All right. I'm sure everyone saw the huge party that Billy and you threw in Manchester, Kentucky last week. So tell me about it.
So the party was a fundraiser for Shop with a Cop, and it was also raising like awareness that the Chestnut House, it's a historic place in Manchester. It's needing a lot of renovation, so we were trying to get people to the property and also raise money for Shop with a Cop and just have a good time. And a lot of the Redneck Brawl people were there. Shout out Redneck Brawl people. The most, I want to say, rowdiest, responsible people I've ever met.
When you say the Brawl people, like the actual like fighters?
Yeah, there was a group of fighters that seen we were throwing this big to-do, and we're like, we're coming, like from Indiana, and drove all the way. Yeah. That's
fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you guys do any social media while you were there?
Yeah, I had my friend that does photography show up and do pictures, and we kind of couldn't post a whole lot because there was a lot of stuff Facebook wouldn't keep up, you know what I'm saying? Wet t-shirt competition, so.
Even just cigarettes?
Yeah, honestly, like beer and cigarettes, can't post most of those.
I've not been done.
I didn't even know that.
I've not been dinged by the drink alcohol.
Yeah.
And I Googled it, whatever Google knows, but alcohol, they're not as strong, but they don't want to encourage tobacco use strongly.
It's weird to me that, I guess it's where alcohol is so profitable now, like, and it's still going that you can advertise Corona. You know, when you open up YouTube, you get an ad for White Claws or Heineken shoved down your face.
I mean, we're still acting like alcohol's not as bad as cigarettes.
Yeah.
And they're probably just as bad.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing. I like to.
But
you see how many people have, been hit by a drunk driver lately?
Yeah.
And it's sad because, that could be so many people. I feel like it could always be, it could have been you at one point in your life.
Yeah.
Just about everybody can say that. And, it's, some people just get unlucky the one time they do it. And
there's a lot of, like, if you think about, like I said, alcohol is on YouTube, TikTok, like there's celebrities that own alcohol companies, like, or their own lines. Could you imagine if, like, a celebrity come out and owned a line of cigarettes, like the difference?
Back in the day, probably.
Yeah, back in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, probably up till the 90s, I would say it would have been fine.
Every leading man in every black and white movie is smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Looking awesome.
Yeah, the whole like mystique of like a cigar, cigarette, tobacco, it was like a thing. Now, alcohol is taking the reins.
So how'd you get the idea for the Manchester party?
Well, Billy's thrown events before, and I used to throw parties quite often, just private events for my friends and family. So event organizing is something we both really like to do. And I was like, we haven't done anything in a while. You've been talking about doing one. We've got literally all the tools needed, everything we need at play to throw on a big, fun time and make it free. So
why don't you give yourselves 12 days to plan it?
It was just like, let's see if we could do it. I mean, I was like, people at Woodstock were in their 20s planning a big, massive festival, and they're a bunch of kids. So let's see what a 24 and 30-year-old can pull off in 12 days.
I had 2 or 3 business owners reach out to me, ask if I was going because, we've partnered up on a lot of projects. And I would have gone if I could maybe have a camera crew there, but it's not really my scene.
Yeah.
But like Matt Bargo wanted to go, and he ended up having like someone get in the hospital. But 2 of my other buddies, they're business owners, were like, "Oh, we're thinking about going." I don't know if they went or not. I haven't talked to them, but the word spread like wildfire.
Yeah, we didn't really do a whole lot of social media behind just like putting out the flyer, and then people did the work for us pretty much. Like, oh, it's free. It's on this day. We're going to be there. So, I mean,
you had a DJ. You had food trucks.
We didn't have food truck at this one, but we did have a keg, and then the wet t-shirt competition. Of course, that's going to bring people out.
I'd like to think I paid for the keg.
Yeah.
Billy's like, hey, you want to sponsor it? And I like PayPal him like $200. I was like, have some beer on me.
Yeah.
You know.
There was cake stands and everything.
I saw pictures of that, but the problem was all the pictures I saw were kind of low quality.
Yeah, we were trying to get as many pictures as we could, and where we didn't, like I said, 12 days to plan. We didn't have like stage lighting set up or anything like that. I was out there. If you look on my buddy's pictures that Billy shared, I'm holding a spotlight, like a big giant flashlight that one of the people at the Chestnut House let me borrow. Shout out Tanya.
Shout out Tanya.
And I did that for the wet t-shirt competition so people could see. I was like, just spotlighting
Well,
women.
you gotta see the boobs.
Yeah, I was like, this is this girl. This is her chest. On to the next.
That's crazy. How many contestants were there for that?
I think there was, let's see, I want to say five or more, because
Five brave souls.
5 brave souls. You know, it's takes a lot of cojones to get up there and just bust them out.
I wouldn't get up there with my shirt off.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to hide.
I know guys that were like, I don't want to take my shirt off. I'm like, man, these women are getting ready to do that soon. And they're like, I know they're gonna make fun of me. I'm like, okay.
Wow. So how many people do you think actually made it out there?
I want to say, man, there was probably at least 100. At least 100 or better.
Well, it clearly
200?
It clearly tapped into something, because you guys have now given yourselves 6 weeks to plan the next one, and it's in Gray, Kentucky, just here outside of Corbin. What's the idea with that party?
I
mean, is it another fundraiser?
It's for a business that we've gotten really close to, because Billy loves his guns. You know, he's a redneck, and it's what is it? Tactical Ridge something. Like, it's a big gun range, and they've been awesome. So I told him, Billy said, do you think we should do this? I said, yes, we should do this. Like, they have parking, they have walkie-talkies. Like, we're stepping up into some big places here.
You're also giving yourself a reasonable amount of time to pull it together. Billy posted about food trucks, so I'm sure you guys are going to have food trucks.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do about music?
We've got live music coming.
Wow.
Yeah, live music. They've got, I think all the cabins are rented out now. The campsites and everything, I'm pretty sure it's almost taken up. So it's going to be a big thing. Like, we're doing these mobile parties is what I call them. Like, we're bringing the party to you.
Well, you guys have the networking.
Kind of like touring.
Yeah.
You guys have the networking already, but being in entertainment, you also know a lot of entertainers.
Yeah.
So it seems like that's a huge leg up. I don't think I could do what you guys are doing on your budget.
Well, I know even whenever I was getting ready to graduate high school, I planned like a giant party in my head and wanted to highlight local things for my town. So whenever we were talking about this event stuff, you said we know a lot of different people. I was like, we could go place to place across Kentucky, county to county, and do different things to help out community, because it does help out. It ultimately helps out small businesses. It gives people something to do. And
Probably
it's just a fun time.
fillable boost to the economy.
Yeah, it's boosting the economy and it's giving people memories. You know, that's what everybody wants, is money and memories.
Plus, people want to come out there and meet you and Billy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big draw. So many people have asked me for Billy's autograph.
Same.
I'm going to let you know right now, you can't read it. Just scribble down real fast and, like, with one eye closed, and you could probably fake Billy Hubbard's autograph.
Last time that I knew that we were doing a project with Billy and you, I just brought like 10 pictures of him, and he just signed them real fast. And I was like, thank you so much. You know, some people might have a weird attitude about that. He was pretty positive about it, and then we gave him out immediately.
Yep.
Oh yeah, in Austin City, they wanted one. So hopefully it's
Really?
hanging up at the bar.
I hope so. I'll
I haven't
walk
been back
in.
since, but
See Billy on the wall.
he deserves it. He's a hard worker. Yeah. So the next topic.
We could dive a little bit into London, because I'm always down to talk about, like, what the hell is going on?
What is going on in London right now?
Like, I mean, that happens in just about anywhere, but they've really, like, it's...
Yeah.
Every time the news is about Kentucky, I know, like, I've got people out of state sending me stuff going, do you live close to this place called London, Kentucky? And I'm like, how are people in Oklahoma messaging me about this?
My law school roommate from Utah, lives in Utah.
Yeah.
He'll text me like, "What's going on?" He's come out here and visited a few times,
Really?
so he even like has connections with the town.
Okay.
But anyway, same with me. People are like, "What is going on in your town?"
I'm like, first off, I don't live in London, Kentucky, okay? So I don't know that much. I only know probably as much as you know, maybe a tad bit more, but
What,
nothing
45 minutes
nothing
removed?
great. You know, nothing too great, nothing like substantial. Now, if I find something out, boys, I'll let you know. All right, it'll be on Facebook.
You'll
Tara
break the
Padgett.
news. Follow her on Facebook. She's
Yep.
funny. So what is going on in London for people that might not know?
I guess the city council meetings have turned into like,
Chaos.
yeah, Jerry Springer. Like, we don't have Springer anymore. We got London City Council meetings.
Yes.
I want to shout Billy out because he made that joke, so I'm not going to steal his joke in vain. But
I haven't heard it yet, so I'm going to give you full credit. No, I've seen his post. But
I'm like, first off, they need to be live streaming it to the world. I would love for them to live stream that. They could be
They
making
put
some
it on
killer
Facebook.
money. Like, imagine though, get it on like KT, pop it up there.
They did have WYMT, I think it was, that was coming down there. I know I kept seeing the cars every time they were having one at the community center or whatever.
I want to say I did see something that made me. I'm a conspiracy theorist to an extent, you know, within reason.
Same.
There was somebody on a post that was talking about London, and it was like a deep dive explaining, you know, everything from the Doug situation with the no knocks or the whatever the warrant was, all the way up till now. And this guy said, kind of weird that tornado come through there. And somebody said, what are you trying to say? And he went, we already asked that mayor about it. I'm like, do you think this man
controls the weather.
you think he was like
Literally, though.
like just out there spinning real
That's
fast? Like
and
it
like
was
when
a real
when
tornado.
the shooting happened, he was in Nevada. He was
Yeah.
literally in another state, and
Yeah.
everybody just started bombarding the mayor. This, and I'm like, why is it his fault? And then
No.
they started saying because he was controlling the city police. So he did appoint a new like chief of police,
Yeah.
Jerry Holland, which is another realtor, but his dad used to be a sheriff there.
Okay.
And there was some like issues, controversy there, and there was a guy that drove around with those literally on his truck for years. So there was a lot of people that really didn't like that, and I don't think that was really a good move. Not to say anything bad about Jerry because he seems like a nice guy from what I know, but you know, it just is one of those things. And then they think he's just corrupt and doing everything,
Apparently
pulling everybody's
he's controlling
strings.
the weather, and I'm like,
Well, they'll teach him to leave the state.
No joke, though,
Go on
right?
vacation, maybe his first one in a long time. And
Literally.
it's really hard when you're in the public eye, no matter if it be politics, entertainment.
Yep.
I don't even care if you're just like a low level actor. If you're just popular in your hometown, sometimes it's hard to know what move is the right move to make, guilty or innocent. You're always guilty in somebody's eye.
Absolutely.
Somebody's always going to find something you did wrong. No matter what it was, no matter if it was 20 years ago or 2 years ago, it's going to happen.
Yep.
yeah, it's wild right now. We don't really have all the facts, but apparently they're having a city council meeting August 20th to vote him to stay in or vote him out. And
Now,
there's-
that's the one they need to put on KT.
I want the guys from Redneck Brawl as a panel.
Can we please?
They would do it.
They
do
would
it.
probably have just as much a better knowledge than the council does at this point about what to do. Because
And
it's
Billy's
like
up there with
everyone's so
whoever's standing up there talking.
Yeah, just interviewing them. My favorite city council, like off topic but on topic, I love Eric Mays. Have you ever seen him? Oh my! Look him up if you don't know who that is.
Are those the guys that get up there and they're like Southern California guys?
He was a guy who I think was either in maybe in Michigan. I just know his name was Eric Mays, and he was on a city council, and he's got like viral clips of his audio because he had this loud, powerful voice, and he just did not care what anybody said or did. And there was a woman that was like, "Do I have the floor?" And he went, "Yes, you do," like real loud in the microphone. Like he just did not. He was like, "I'm here, and you can't get rid of me."
That's a good combination.
But you know, I feel like that's how the mayor's tried to do is like, I'm here, you're not getting rid of me, but they just keep pushing. And then what gets me is nobody can tell me anything that this man has done. And I've talked to a million people and a bunch of them, you know, but nobody can tell me what this man has done. I've gotten, you don't know what you're talking about or this or that. And I'm like, okay, explain it. But
Somebody
nobody's
tell
giving me
me what
any.
happened.
Exactly.
Apparently,
But
someone on the
nobody
internet
can seem
said
to
he
do-
summoned a tornado. So
I've
did
not
not.
heard that, but
he
that's
did not
shocking.
do that, and nobody can do that as far as I know now, unless he's holding some secrets.
I mean, he was just dying to be the hero on that one.
Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah.
I do
against
want to
that.
say I drove past the tornado damage and stuff, and it's still there. A lot of people
Oh,
don't
God, yeah.
realize, even though that's been months ago, that those people's homes are still sitting there with a lot of them with tarps, a lot of these like residential things, and
They've only cleaned up.
Yeah.
They've not
Yeah.
started rebuilding.
no, I wish they would do monthly updates on that on the news, because they don't really. They'll just be like, "Oh, this happened," and then they won't come back and show
and
you what
it's so
happened.
much
next.
destruction too. Like when
Yeah.
you look at it, you can't really
Well,
look
there's
at it and not get
cars
chills,
and-
because it's just
Yeah.
And then especially when there was people there that you cared about or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it just
I didn't personally know anybody, but I know I put myself in that situation mindset of
Yeah.
what would happen to me if I woke up and my house was gone, or my car was, even just my car being destroyed would be a heavy hitter on me, because I rely on that, and it's the one I got right now to fix.
there was so many people that just like the whole house around them went though.
Yeah.
And they were, I don't know how. And some people were saying they were picked up and sat like a mile down the road and it didn't actually hurt them. And really to tear up as many houses and cars as it did, there were not nearly the number of deaths that you would think that there were.
Which is good.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was just, and even when it happened, I won't lie, too, was kind of like, well, might be a warning shot from God, because everybody around here needs to get it together.
Yeah.
But, and that sounds so cruel to even say, but it's like that brought everybody together,
Well, it
and they
brought
stopped fighting
National
against something.
eyes on it too. That was like,
Heck, they already
we're
had
coming
those.
together, even though like we've got all this drama going on. There's people right now struggling.
Yeah. And working day and night for no pay.
Yeah.
Just doing it to help. Praxel, which is a company that one of my friends started that's got linemen and stuff, they've been out there, I know, every day. They were out there, and some other people that I knew. But some of the people I know doing it are some of the ones that are, kind of stirring the pot with the mayor and stuff.
Yeah.
And, to each their own. Like, if I'm wrong about it, I will gladly accept it later on. But, I just don't see anything actually bad that the man has done besides not living in the city limits. He lives on the golf course, and people don't like that.
I don't even
apparently.
know. I've heard so much about it that where I'm an outsider, I know that stuff gets flipped around. Like one of my
Yes.
friends, well, not friends, but somebody that I would say is an acquaintance or something along those lines. Somebody I know, they did some like cleanup and stuff, and they were like, "Local man." He was like, I'm from Lincoln County." He was like, "I'm not local. Put it on the news." One little headline can flip like a whole perspective.
Absolutely.
And it makes me wonder, where does this man live? Like, he just needs to like put out like a vlog your life, show us what you're doing today.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will probably change their mind.
That's exactly what Barrett said earlier. He said, I think he's got a messaging problem.
Yeah.
And that very well could be. But, when you're getting attacked by that many people all the time, your first instinct isn't, hey, I want to put my whole life out there for everybody. But
it's, I'm going to defend myself. And
Yeah.
sometimes defending yourself makes you
or
look more
he was
guilty.
actually, well, what I was told that his family or him and his family were shot at. So part of like the allegations on the thing was saying that he used the police force
For personal
protection illegally, but literally the man was shot at. And it's like nobody talks about that. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to say that.
Yeah.
But that don't sell newspapers. And I don't know how people don't see that. It's like
That
they'll
reminds
take
me
whatever.
That reminds me of Inside Edition when they did the the lady that said she picked up $1 with fentanyl on it. Remember that? Don't tip it. If you see $1 on the ground, don't pick it up. And then they didn't come out and put like as much widespread awareness to the fact that she faked that.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, look it up.
Literally, I had someone tell me that the other day.
If you look it up, people will fake stuff for attention sometimes.
Oh, God.
Or they'll
It's what almost all of that in London is about, is attention. Who's getting the most attention? Who can say this and say that? And, however many people like it.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, there are the people that are going to think, yeah, that's funny because they're just being mean. But that's the same kind of people. If you've got that much much free time on your hands, you're doing better than I am, I guess. But
anymore, I feel like Facebook and social media and even the news is very catty. Very catty.
It gets views. Drama gets views.
it does.
I'm telling you, we need to bring back, somebody needs to bring back and revive a Springer type show. Now, it might be me. I'm be the poster
I
child.
feel like that would be a very good
Ricky
job for you
Lake.
and Billy.
Let's go.
Billy and Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky
Could you
Lake.
imagine Billy coming out? That's not your kid.
I
him having to fist fight the dad instead of he escalates it instead of like calms things down.
I want to
Literally every time.
I poke fun at a lot of things and I laugh at a lot of things and I say stuff sometimes. And sometimes I might get stuff wrong. And I want to say at the end of the day, no matter your opinions or feelings on anything to do with a person, we're all just on this earth. We don't really know why. And we're here for a short amount of time. So just do the best with the time you have to have fun. That's just my advice for everybody.
And perfect segue. I saw that that picture you posted, I guess 4th of July.
Yep.
Went absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it up right here.
I mean, if you want to, I would love to get like prints made of like pinup style stuff of myself. It's a little conceited, but I mean, we're limited amount of time. I'm limited amount of time to how long I'm going to look like this. I'm just going to tell you. I know the clock's a ticking on my prime body shape
You
here.
got 6-8 more months.
Before gravity really gets you.
Yeah, I'm getting close to 25.
All just goes down after
I'm about
that.
to just I told Billy, I said, I want to get some type of filler put in my forehead. And he was like, why? You're fine. I said, if you think about it, a road crew, when they see a crack forming, they go ahead and feel it before it becomes a bigger problem, right? Wrinkles, same premise.
Hey, I got you on that. I saw this thing the other day. It was about something else. It was like for these things you put on them for your forehead. But I read a comment on there that said if you use silicone scar tape, it does basically the same thing. So I've been putting it on my head, and I can tell a huge difference when I do it
Really?
versus when I forget to do it.
Well, we're giving out beauty secrets.
We are.
I want to say
It's
the
like
picture
$5
also,
on Amazon.
The
for a roll of
picture
it.
that went super duper mega viral.
7 million views.
Yeah.
That's big time.
It's, small potatoes. I didn't break the internet, but I don't really edit pictures. I had somebody ask me once, like, what I do for editing. I just post them.
You pose, I guess.
I just, like, pose up and then post it. Now, if you do see something edited, it might be because I had, like, a camel toe that we needed to smooth out, something that might have been, like, a little less than, or like maybe a butt cheek slipped out where it shouldn't have. A little modesty, a little, what is the term for, like, not modesty?
Dignity?
Yeah, dignity. A little dignity. Social media has to have somebody putting dignity out there.
Yeah.
What was the idea with that picture?
So I created this, like, 4th of July outfit because I love the 80s and I love pageantry. And I was bold and decided to get into beauty pageants at the ripe age of, like, 20, 21, somewhere around in there. And I needed a swimsuit for the swimsuit competition. So I ordered a onesie, one-piece American flag off Amazon because they were like, 4th of July theme. That's the bikini competition. Make sure it's, like, patriotic. So I was like, sign me up. I went and bought a bunch of fake flowers from the Dollar Tree, hot glue gun, hot glued, like, shoulder pads out of these red, white, and blue flowers. Put a big patriotic bow in one of them little, like, circular, I don't know what it's called, but it's like the red, white, and blue circle thing, across my butt, so that way I wasn't, like, showing everybody at this pageant my behind. I lost, but I kept the bikini.
Did you lose, though?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying because who actually saw it? America saw you.
Yeah, I'm
Literally.
saying that was years ago. Now that bikini has got me out on Instagram, and I think, is that the one where I'm holding the freedom funnel? Because I've got another one where I'm holding a fireworks tubes like this.
That's
That's
the
what
one
I
saw.
thought.
yeah. That's the one that I was just being goofy in the moment because I was doing the pictures with Freedom Funnel because Billy got a little bit of a sponsorship from them. Shout out Freedom Funnel. Never used them, but they seem cool.
You met those guys?
He works with Freedom Funnel now. They make, like, plastic eagles that you drink out of. You pour it's like so you can do a beer funnel.
America.
America. Never done a beer funnel, never done a keg stand, even when I did drink, like, actively drink. Never was my thing. I would just sit in the corner with 2 bottles and be like, nobody's touching these. These are mine all night. But I was holding the firework tubes in between that Freedom Funnel shoot, and I just had our friend snap a picture, and I was like, this would be funny to post. So I just threw it up there. And, like, I didn't Photoshop the background. Like, that's my apartment. In the background, there's my
There's
kitchen.
your kitchen, right?
Yeah.
I do want to segue from your party outfit to Are you partnering up with Ferris's Haunted Forest as well? What's the deal?
Yeah, we've got some stuff in the works there. I love haunted houses, as we've discussed before. I have a bit of a problem when it comes to Halloween. It's my favorite holiday.
Well, so Lisa and Plessy are the owners of the Ferris's Haunted Forest. We've done projects with them the last 3 years, and they've been awesome. What are you guys planning for this season? Are you still working on the plans?
I was looking at Billy over there.
Is it a secret?
Well, it's not necessarily a secret.
I've always wanted to actually get involved in scaring people, or like being a tour guide.
Be an actor?
Yeah, because
Or be one of the people in the haunted house. I've
Yeah.
worked them
On
before.
y'all's conversation here, but what we're planning on doing is where it's such a local event and they do a lot of good for the community. We're trying to get more eyes on their actual
Yeah.
event and get more people to come support them and just go out. And I like Halloween too, so it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's usually a line down the road to get in, though.
but nobody knows about it in Somerset.
They're not even
You
on
know-
Google. I tried to.
Yeah.
I went to
Really?
see the local haunted houses,
And it's still that
There's no
busy. That's
presence.
really
It's a very well kept secret, but it needs to not be. I'm telling you, it's great. If you
you know,
like,
like
haunted
everybody
forest,
around here knows about it.
Lisa's got
but
an
if it's
18-year-old daughter. She needs to put her daughter in charge of social media.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer. I might text her that, actually. I just talked to her last week because she started selling life insurance.
it's wild to me that
That's
Getting to that age.
I feel like with haunted houses, the ones that don't have like they're like kind of like secret are always the best ones. Because I've been to some that I've seen on social media. They're like, "Look how cool this is," and I'm like, "Man, I spent $60 and I wish I hadn't have." Like it wasn't. It was some guy in toilet paper chasing me around. I'm like, dang.
So you probably don't know the town of Woodbine, but it's like Gray,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like Gray, Kentucky, but it's Woodbine. It's just a different town, but it's really small. They have a haunted house that is raw and gritty and
Really?
zero advertising. They just put up a sign on the highway. Like,
I feel like I've seen
I'm
that
saying
sign.
it's not even a billboard. They stick a
Is it spray painted?
Yeah.
I've seen that sign because I told Billy and he said, "Hell no." And
It's
I said,
called
"Let's
like
go."
the Haunted
sketchy.
Trail or some terror trail, something like
Yeah,
that. but-
Trail of Terror.
Trail of Terror, and I go every year. It's not nearly the production that Ferrison's is, but it scratches an itch.
I've been to, like I said, since I was a kid, I've been to the little pop-up one they have at the fair that's got like the animatronics. And,
Worth it.
yeah, that's how you inch a child into saying, can this kid handle, like a big haunt? So that's why you push your babies off into saying, are they going to get into Goosebump books soon? I want to say Houstonville Haunted House, Gatlinburg Haunted Mansion, Ferriston's, the Haunted Industrial Park that's up in Ferguson. It's also really great. Shout out them.
You ever made it to any of the Cincinnati ones, like the Asylum?
I've not. The only ones I've been to out of state would be Gatlinburg's Haunted Mansion, which if you go to Gatlinburg, it's also kind of secret. It's off
I've
down
never
like a
heard of it.
bridge. Like if you find a picture of it and put it up, it's gorgeous. It looks like a haunted mansion from like the Victorian era. And there's talented workers in there. They're like scale walls. I've never seen people with like such athletic ability like popping up out of fog at me. It's worth it.
We
False
need to
walls.
reach out to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should. Gatlinburg, let's go.
That or the Asylum. Either one would be really cool. I
I'm
thought.
due for another redneck vacation to Gatlinburg once a year.
The problem with the haunted houses is they don't want a lot of filming because a lot of it's they don't want people to watch it on YouTube and feel
Yeah.
like they've already done it.
Well, I used to think about it like back whenever I used to watch daytime talk shows and they would go to haunted houses, keeping in just the scare. Just like, disclosing with them that you're going to show them everything and clip it down. Ask them like, hey, can we just use certain clips, show you what we're going to send out for you to use as advertisement? Usually they're pretty chill with it.
And I don't ever. I'm open to that generally, but I don't
Yeah.
want notes on my videos.
Yeah.
Like if I'm paying for production crew, I'm paying for talent. Like
Yeah.
it's as long as within reason. I'm not like going to I'm not going to the locker rooms and showing the actors putting makeup on. But I do feel like if I'm on, I tell them I was like, we're going to do the walkthrough. I'll try to keep it reasonable, but also it's my vision. So
Well, you might put out that you are looking for haunted houses that want to be spotlighted.
it's a really good idea.
Like post on social media and say, do you have a haunted attraction or, some type of haunt in general that needs highlighted? Put it out there and say, give us a description of what you want. He's doing it right now.
Do you know where you're going to be for Halloween yet this year?
I'm usually Elvira every year. That's just become last year I was a witch. I was supposed to have been Morticia, but somebody didn't get their Gomez costume over there, Billy. Not Barrett. Barrett would be a good Gomez too. Got a little mustache on him.
I do a good Fred Flintstone.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I can see that too.
What are you usually for Halloween?
I don't usually do it.
What was like the favorite costume of young Whitney?
Power Ranger. Pink
Really?
Power Ranger. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
My little girl was one too, so I got
Aw.
a picture of me and her both doing it, and then I made my niece the yellow ones. Things they can hate me for when they get older.
But I think that's a great idea to put it out there, like looking for haunted businesses to like partner
Yeah.
up with.
Because there's so many.
Billy and I are doing Daryl Isaacs, the big attorney, in September.
Yep.
I'm going to make that a Halloween theme because we film at the end of September. It won't come out till, October.
Yeah.
Middle of October. So I'm going to, Billy, I'm sure will be on board, but Daryl, I'm going to see if we can all dress up as something.
That would be amazing.
And I'm sure
Yes.
he would because he's great on social media. Billy, of course, but Daryl Isaac, I'm
Yeah.
sure he would too.
I don't know him, but I've known him on my TV growing up. Everybody knows who to call. Right.
So, but I thought that would be really fun. I don't want to be a dry two lawyers and
You all
comedian.
could be Ghostbusters because
That's a
I'm
really
telling you,
good
his
idea.
slogan's like, "Who do you call?" Is Daryl Isaacs.
That's
the Hammer.
really good.
I still remember his old commercial. I don't know what happened there, but it's stuck. It's locked in when he was like the heavy hitters. A way to go. Call
Right.
255-3000.
He's now the Hammer, or I'm sure he was always the Hammer, but
He
now
was a heavy hitter. Now he's the Hammer. He's both. Get him a wrestling career. Why are we not putting Daryl Isaacs in the Redneck Brawl?
he hurt his neck a few years ago in a
Oh.
bicycle accident, and so I think he's had a fusion. So it's, he's doing fine,
Yeah,
but I
I'm
think he's
happy to
pretty
hear that.
limited on his wrestling career.
He could
I'd say
be a
about
good actor.
95% of them probably need a fusion.
Those managers get tackled as much as the
That is
other
true.
guys.
I was telling Billy, whenever Hulk Hogan died, I said, "Man, Ozzy and him gonna have a match up there." And he was like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, Ozzy was on WWE a few times."
They were about the
didn't know
same
that.
age.
Yeah.
I think they were both 78 maybe. Or
Yeah.
like
That was
right
my
around-
other one when I was little, was Hulk Hogan, so I was really sad about that.
Yeah, mine was Randy Savage. That's why I dress like this.
You wear the hell out of it.
Ugh.
Female Randy and the sunglasses.
I've loved, like, I was like, that man knows how to dress. I was like, someday I'm gonna find a man just like that.
I
And
just
I've
wish
got,
you wouldn't mention his name along with Hulk Hogan and Ozzy right now. Bad news comes in threes.
Well, see, I
Gosh.
made a post and it went kind of,
Billy's did.
Went up
about, I have a beer for Ozzy.
yeah.
I think I got shared like 3,000 times, something like that.
I don't know how many times mine got shared, but I said we need to hug Dog the Bounty Hunter because Ozzy did his theme song. I was like, man, it's the trifecta. I was like, my dad's gonna be grieving right now. I was like, one of the boys from West Coast Chopper better not end up in the hospital. All right, we're gonna have problems.
That's hilarious.
That was my dad's thing. Ozzy Osbourne. I even watched what was it? Gene Simmons had one. Gene Simmons Family Values or like Family Gems or something.
Sounds right.
Reality shows. I want one so bad. We need one.
I feel like we basically have one between all of us.
Yeah.
It's really what it's starting to feel like. I mean, we do this all the time too, and
Well, what happens is, people watch this like a show.
Yeah.
Even if they're watching it to learn about real estate or maybe see someone interesting, but they do start to look at everybody as characters.
Yeah, comment your favorite character below. No.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, especially if we can do more stuff with Tuck. I just feel bad because his drive is extreme. But I really need to put that in. I need to actually reach out to him and just let him make that decision. Like, maybe this project's not worth the drive.
Yeah.
I'm reluctant to reach out to him because he says yes more than no, and it's a big ask.
yeah.
I'm going to tell you, if you're not following Tuck Fard on Facebook, well, Nick, whatever his last name is, I can't say his last name.
Nick Buckland.
Is that how you say it? I was like Buschelin. I was like, that man related to Steve
Well, it's
Buscemi.
German, so I don't know how you actually pronounce it, but he pronounces it Buckland.
I'm telling you, I'll just be sitting there between me, Billy, and I watch this, of course, but that man, the Clibbins, man. Clibbins. That's what I say. Grass Clibbins.
It's funny because
There you
I've been
go.
in public with both Tuck and Billy, and I think they get recognized about equal
Yeah.
right now. But even in Corbin, I mean, Tuck lives on the western part of the state, like 4
Yeah.
hours away. Billy doesn't live close. I mean, an hour and a half maybe. But every time we filmed with Billy, he gets stopped. And,
Every time we go anywhere.
Yep.
And then, I mean, like you said, we've had people ask us, hey, get Billy's autograph.
It
No
don't
one wants
happen to
my
me because
autograph.
I'm smart. I wear a costume. Because if you wear a costume when you're out of costume, unless they're like a hardcore deep diver, they won't know who you are.
I mean, people know you're Ralph.
Yeah, I actually got recognized at the flea market this past weekend because of my voice. This person said, "Hey, you play an old man on the internet?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he went, I thought that was you I heard coming around here. I was like, damn it.
That's funny.
I was like,
I guess you probably do have a little bit of a distinct voice, maybe.
it's the Ralph. I can't get it out of me.
Also, you don't. You don't change your voice with Ralph. You just change the way.
It's
Just
the
words you use.
tonality. Yeah, it's like I said, Elvira. That's who I go back to. She had her normal voice, and her Elvira voice was just a little more pizzazz. You know, a little to make the character
spice.
sealed. Yeah,
Do you know what you're dressing up for Halloween yet?
probably Elvira again, unless I randomly come up with something. Because I'll have these epiphanies. September will hit. One time, let's see, it was 2023, maybe 2024, even. No, last year was 24, right? 23. I was going to do Elvira. I walked into my closet, looked at this like big pink jacket I have that looks like Sully from Monsters Inc. but pink. And was like, I know exactly what I want to do. Got some stuff mixed together. I'll send you the picture for this. I was a cokehead Barbie. So I had a Barbie costume, like I was pink and everything, but I had a Coke can shoved through my head, so I was a cokehead. And then I went to a college town, Danville, and went to a bar and sang karaoke.
with the smart college kids.
Yeah, I was like, y'all know exactly what this is about. I was like,
That's
you're
hilarious.
in college.
How do you party in Danville a lot?
I used to go a lot up there. There's a bar me and Billy still go to called the Nook. It's a good place. It's like 3 different things. There's an outdoor venue, downstairs is an arcade, upstairs is a bar.
Wow.
And then like a indoor stage.
Yeah, well, Danville didn't have anything cool like that when I lived there for 4 years because that's where I went to college.
I know you said that. I didn't know it was 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
got my bachelor's. And,
did you get to see rallies get destroyed, or was that?
No, they were still happy and healthy while I was there.
Man, rallies sat empty so long. I was like, one day they'll open it back up.
Our big spot
Sure.
was a Pizza Hut that had been turned into a Mexican restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
way.
we called it Guadalajara Hut.
Guadalajara Hut.
Yeah, it's called Guadalajara, but we call it Guadalajara Hut.
Guadalajara's still there.
Is it? Good.
Yeah, there's a Guadalajara and Mi Pueblos.
Is it the Pizza Hut?
I don't know.
'Cause
if
surely
it's-
they moved as soon as they could.
When you come into Danville, there's like the road, 2 shopping centers, Walmart, and all that's on that side. Is that where Guadalajara was? That's where it still is.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
It's
So-
on the hill.
Yeah.
So that's
See,
not
the
that's not the Guadalajara Hut.
The
That is
Nook-
Guadalajara. But if you keep going, there's a Pizza Hut.
The Nook's right next to it. And if you take your coupon in there for like showing that you went to there, you get so much off. Like if you're like, oh, I went to the Nook. It's one of the vice versa. They give like parking discounts and everything. I'm like,
Danville's grown a lot. I haven't been back.
Feels
I haven't
like-
lived there since 2009. So it's been 15 years.
this man beat the
so it's
housing
changed a lot.
crisis.
You what?
I said, you beat the housing crisis. You said, hell no.
Yeah, you've seen those memes like what were you doing in elementary school? Not investing in
Yeah.
real estate.
Well-
but I'm glad I did not back in 2008. That's not.
So many jobs will want you to have so many years of experience, and you're sitting there at the ripe age of 19.
Yeah.
Like, what? Child labor is illegal. Are y'all trying to trick me?
The fact that you can take out a $40,000 student loan at 18 is just criminal.
It really is.
I don't know what the solution to that is, other than free universities.
Trade school. That's what it is. Hear me out. If you're thinking about college or trade school, trade school.
Yeah.
You're in, out. Just get your certifications. HVAC. We always need surveyors.
And if you're
Surveying pays good.
consistent,
Both of
you don't
those
have-
2 things we're always lacking on.
We deal with a lot of contractors, and if you just are consistent and show up,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have unlimited work.
Yeah. If you're good at something and it's with your hands, trade school, you'll have a job. You will be forever making the money.
Has people making comments about being on our podcast?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't read my comments.
I'm so glad I'm not the only
I mean,
one.
in real life, like, I saw that podcast and everything.
Yeah, I've had people say that
I was just
because
curious.
I've had people actually ask me about you, and they were like, "Who is this guy?" Like
Had people
out
try to
of
get me to have Barrett buy their house.
yeah. We've talked to a few people up where I'm from because the market needs help. It needs some help.
Yeah, it really does. There's a lot over there. I was working over that way a lot, and like Eubank and over there a lot. there for a
Lincoln
while.
County, I'm going to tell you, if you have a single wide trailer on 2 acres and it's a 1998, it's not worth $270,000.
Hey, that's the problem here. We have people with a single wide and they're wanting $150,000, and we'll show them comparables, extra stuff actually on the market for half that.
I was watching vintage television ads for trailers. right? Single wides and double wides. Tell me why in 1999 I could put $100 down on a house.
Yeah, $99 down.
Yeah, because the 99 for 99 deal. I was like, and they're trying to tell me that it was expensive back then too, and I'm like, no, there was some commercials saying this pre-owned and it was in great condition for $7,000, a whole house, moved and everything for $7,000.
So the lesson there is, even if something sounds expensive today,
Yep.
in 10 years it's going to sound really cheap.
Well, I looked up the ratio thing. So there, if you look at my Facebook, I shared this. There's a CPI calculator that's like,
Ooh, CPI.
yeah, shows you, inflation. Taco Bell used to charge 89 cents for a burrito. Therefore, if it was 89 cents then, they put in how much it should cost today. It was like $1.36. It's like $4.99.
I saw that.
Artificial inflation exists.
And people get mad about that. People get mad about that with rent too, if they feel like rents are outpacing inflation, which they are.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of
of
places.
factors.
Yeah, and there's so many people needing rentals too
Yeah.
that I think a lot of the people being upset. It just comes. There's not anywhere for people to go hardly right
Yeah.
now.
We get 75 to 100 calls a day. Same question. What do you have for rent? Do you allow pets? You accept HUD? And we have so many calls that we had to hire a call center because no human could field 100
I
calls a day.
found me a job. Put me and Billy in there one day.
You couldn't. Because it used to be me. And my phone, I'd miss 3 calls for every call I answered.
Yeah.
And then you're having to call people back, and 99 out of 100 are time wasters because we don't accept HUD, so they need HUD. Or they've got a drag and they want to move in, you know.
I know there's nowhere to rent anywhere. Lincoln County, Somerset.
It's a national crisis.
It's a crisis.
If we go to these property
Affordable
conventions-
housing.
Yeah, we go to these property conventions all over the country. There's always a panel about affordability and availability because humans are we're making more humans than houses.
Well, I want to say also, I was watching exposés on it. YouTube got into like, why are rent prices so high? Fell down this huge rabbit hole. A lot of places are outlawing Airbnbs and like Verbos, like temporary rentals, because they'll buy up reasonably cheap houses, flip them.
That's what everybody around here does.
Yes.
And the neighbors hate it.
Yeah.
They don't want the neighboring house to have parties every weekend because of guests.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't know what might happen whenever people go into a place that's not theirs.
It's psychopath. They're psychopaths.
Yeah.
Or
They
get
might-
drunk and go into the neighbor house instead of the right one.
They might not respect the property too.
None of
and
them do. I
around
don't
them.
respect the property as much as my own house.
I do because I
mean,
can't
I-
afford to
I like
pay.
to
That's
do
me.
No, I just know how it works. Even if I left that place in shambles,
Yeah.
I mean, I know how to get my deposit back. Like, they're going to clean it. They got to get ready for the next tenant.
Yep.
I don't do that, but
Some of them will charge a cleaning fee and they won't clean. I know that one. I've seen that one before.
I think that's reasonable.
I'm like, man, if I come in, I check my Airbnbs, hotels for like bed bugs. I check like to see if the sheets are clean. Like I'm
Yeah.
very particular because if I'm paying to stay somewhere, it better be what I pay for. You know?
Have you stayed in Airbnb where they had so many move-out rules that you were essentially doing the turnover? Like, it was like, okay, I just did everything. There's literally nothing left, you know? Like,
Yeah. Every dish in the dishwasher, turn it on, leave them in there. Like that's kind of, I guess, half the work you're doing, but like some of them get like extensively clean. Like they want you to wash and fold the laundry for them.
Yeah,
type
seriously.
stuff. And I'm like, man, am I getting
Thought I was on vacation.
like tricked to stay
yeah,
here and get free
I'm essentially
work?
paying to
I'm
to
paying
clean
to
a
work.
house.
Yeah. I'm paying to be a maid. It don't feel right.
Yeah. It used to be worse. The last few Airbnbs I stayed at have relaxed that a lot more,
Yeah.
but probably because of backlash.
Well, a lot of them, I want to say that I've stayed in Kentucky versus out of state. I feel like it's also I wouldn't say mindset, but it kind of is like, whenever you go somewhere different, things are just different. Like somebody might call a shopping cart a buggy, things, dialects and everything's different. We've stayed at places more towards like West Virginia, like when we did Hillbilly Days. And I called them, and it was late at night. And I wasn't really thinking. I was like, hey, the washing machine's broke. And instead of leaving me a bad review, they were like, these people were great. They let us know stuff was broken. They almost burned down our deck with a grill.
They know how to party.
And they were like, and you know what? They cleaned up after themselves. And I'm like, man, I could not have pulled this off if I was in like Indiana. They would have probably been mad at me.
And I stress about it. I do stress about the owner reviews.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be a monster or appear to be a monster.
Well, sometimes if people don't list all the stipulations in, like, I've stayed at one before where there was no real exact limit on what a party was, right? They were no limit on the guests staying there, right? Staying there. If people showed up, we had a cookout. They tried to say that we had over double the capacity of guests present. And I was like, you didn't stipulate we couldn't have this grill and have everybody out here doing this and then leave.
Yeah, you didn't have bodies lying on the floor to sleep
Yeah,
in.
like people weren't staying the night there.
Yeah.
The people that were designated to stay there stayed there. And they tried to do a review thing and we ended up like working it out with them. Praise God on that one. I still got good stars on Airbnb. But it's always dicey when you stay in hotels, Airbnbs, and then on top of that, they're taking up rental property. I'm just letting you know, if you have an Airbnb company and you're buying up houses and you're not letting people rent, you're the devil.
A lot of people rent the Airbnbs. Like that's what they have to use for rentals.
Some people are living in
Yeah.
hotels and Airbnbs right now.
Yeah, if you got
I know a lot of people
job
like
for a
that.
month or 3 months.
No, just people need like a temporary
No.
rental. They don't have to sign a lease that way. They'll
Yeah.
book them out for a month.
You know,
I've
we don't
seen-
do a month lease. We do a year.
I've seen people that would maybe get evicted or maybe, need to move
Yeah.
for whatever reason, use Airbnbs as a home-to-home thing until they can find something.
It's a
is
solution.
Sad. It's sad.
It's not a good solution. I mean, those Airbnbs are probably more expensive than hotels, and you have
Yeah.
to clean up after yourself.
Well, it's rent, you're paying for, like, there's some people that are probably doing it under the radar, and there's some people that might be up front with the Airbnb owner saying, like, hey, I'm going to need a month here. This is what's going on.
They are. No, they are. Because there's no downside.
Yeah.
In
You're still
fact,
making money.
The owners love it because they don't have to think about getting it rented for the next month.
Yeah.
We get messages all the time. People are like, I've been in a hotel for a month, or I've been in Airbnb a month. I can't find anything. Can you help me? So I do know that it is a thing. And I'm just like, is it you're just now starting to look, or what's the deal? Because we post all of our stuff daily. So.
Well, trailers used to be like affordable housing. You think trailer, like a cheap place to live, a trailer. Them things ain't cheap no more.
We just started managing mobile homes, and we were reluctant for a long time because the maintenance is a lot more demanding. They're just cheaperly built. But we finally decided, we pulled the trigger. We immediately signed up 30
Yeah.
in 1 week because there is a demand for people wanting to manage them. But I was scared to start posting about it because I just knew the backlash. And of course, we posted our very first one. Everybody's like throwing their hands up. They're finally in mobile homes, and we're going to ruin the trailer market. And I was like, guys, we're not changing the rents. Also, we just manage them. Like the owner sets the rents, but so that just
There was a lot of land that changed hands in my hometown recently, and I lived in one of the places that switched around, and I was told by the neighbor that I seen him, he said that they were telling him he would get to stay. He'd been renting this place forever, and he'd probably end up owning it. And as soon as that guy got it deed, he was like, all right, you got to move or pay me double your rent.
Yeah, that's
a month.
Sharky.
I was like, man, how much is he renting the place I was in? Because I was paying $300 a month in rent for a little 2-bedroom trailer. They were like $700 a month. I was like, it's the size of a box trailer for a semi truck. Like, it's tiny.
It's one of those like roll off sheds you can buy.
Literally, it looks like a semi truck trailer. Like, it's small, and it hurts my heart for people that
That are working on someone else's clock
Yeah.
hour by hour. Yeah. Because those dollars start to count a whole lot more.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug that party dates and times, and then we'll wrap up?
Okay, I want to plug.
You're at 28 minutes.
Okay, it is. Billy, what's the name of our party? I don't even know what this one's called.
I'm probably going to go with Hillbilly and Heathens.
Okay, that's this one. All right. The Hillbilly and Heathens party will be taking place in Gray, Kentucky on September 20th. So if you aren't there, you're square.
Starting at 9 p.m.
I guess.
Free alcohol.
Yep.
Bold.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
I guess you're doing the Lord's work.
Somebody's got to have fun in these trying times.
Yeah, we need that.
I also want to shout out another business that I recently fell in love with, Covey Chase Farms in Lincoln County. If you're close to them, they accept EBT. They have the best meat beef, pork, everything. They located right off 27, Covey Chase Farms, CoveyChase Farms. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. It's been another episode of the PropertyTales podcast. Thank you for joining us. Whitney, thank you. All right, we'll see you next time, guys.